We now have the two newest heavy fighters, the MIRAI Guardian and the MIRAI Guardian QI. These are combat-focused ships, and they came out with the 4.0 preview. They try to be a bit more on the heavier side when compared to other heavy fighters, mainly standing out with the 2 size 5 weapon slots, while also having 4 size 4 missile racks. Perhaps what makes it perfect for a solo player are the accommodations at the back, offering absolutely everything a player may need in a tight little package. Both the Guardian and Guardian QI have the same layout inside. Their difference is the quantum jammer. We can enter straight from the front into the cockpit or with the rear elevator. Right up from here we have the weapon rack, armor storage and as well as the components, giving us extremely good access to the modules in a really tight space. The elevator room and the room next to it are both for modules and basic equipment. In the next room we have the accommodations, bed, showers, etc. and also storage right beneath the bed. And right before the cockpit we have a short corridor with not much else. The pilot seat can either be entered from here or from the front of the ship right outside the cockpit. And it is also where one of my first concerns comes from. The body or the wings on both sides of this ship are actually blocking the view quite a bit. And you are in a ball at the center of all of these 4 wings. It is extremely tight and it's surprising something like this is made to fit inside this heavy fighter. Both of these variants, the Guardian and the Guardian QI, have the same weapon slots and missile slots. Their only real difference is the QI variant has the quantum interdiction device, blocking the use of quantum travel. This comes with a small trade-off to speed and maneuverability of the ship. The trade-off is actually rather minimal, and the only other differences than that are in the default loadout in both of these ships. In short summary, they are both very durable and slow while packing a heck of a punch. Because both of these Guardians have a high health pool and some serious firepower, I would compare them or their raw stats to the Vanguard Hoplite. The 4 size 2s and 1 size 5 come pretty close to Guardian's loadout. Which is better is up for debate, but it is clear that Guardian is trying to punch upwards. However, the size 5 weapons of course can have slower rates of fire, less ammo available at any given moment and other things. They are still quite capable when used specific types of weapons which are efficient against light or heavy targets depending on your focus. Especially if you have only 2 weapons to play with. On the upside, you can swap them out for ballistic gatlings to increase your efficiency with the high rate of fire and hoping to land more hits. We can put some of this aside and state that the size 5s are meant to be used against bigger ships and not against light targets. As for the raw stats, Guardian is a bit faster and more mobile than the Hoplite. They both do have really big health pools, so they can take some punishment. But the Guardian only has 1 size 2 shield and 2 size 1 power plants. And these power plants can actually be knocked out with some direct missile hits, as I was able to find myself several times with no power controls, but the ship still being very much alive. For the time being, this seems like one of the biggest downsides of the ship. Basically, Guardian is smaller, faster and dedicated for single person. I would say it is a unique single player combat experience for a system like Pyro. I do not think this ship is extremely competitive, but rather something for a bit more casual player looking for some durability and tight accommodations in their combat focused long distance traveling ship. It probably will be efficient or even strong in fleet or specific crew gameplay, especially with the quantum device, which allows more options or just to be an annoyance in the world. I don't think it's a bad ship, but to me it feels like a starter which is a heavy fighter, offering all the usual things a starter or a big ship would have. While compared to most other small single-seater ships, it is still a heavy fighter and won't be ideal for mobile action. I would guess it is decent for PvE or fighting big ships in any scenario. I love the idea and the style of this ship, and I believe it actually fills a role right between the Vanguard series and the RS series, fitting right between these two with its weapons. The only real question I have is if the size 5 weapons will be able to hurt or penetrate or break the shields of capital class ships, because it is a heavy fighter and comes in second with its weapon sizes. I believe it will still be a unique and powerful experience. And I hope these size 5s will still mean business, however they try to balance the ship. But it is one of those unique heavy fighters, and that's why I kinda like it. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.